Hi, welcome back to History Recaps. Today we are talking about a case that is so dramatic and is leaving us with so many clues. The chronology in the case of Rebecca Reusch. Rebecca Reusch has been missing from Berlin for 3 years now. The then 15-year-old had stayed with her older sister Jessica and her husband Florian R. on the night of February 18, 2019. The investigators assumed that she did not leave the house alive. Brother-in-law Florian R. is still considered the only suspect in the case. Rebecca's family still sticks by him. These are chronological events in this case. February 17, 2019. The then 15-year-old Rebecca Reusch spends the night in the house of her big sister Jessica, 27, and her husband Florian R. 27, in Berlin-Britz. February 2019. 5:45 a.m. Florian R. returns home from a celebration, according to his own statement. 7 o'clock, Sister Jessica leaves the house with her child. 7:46 a.m. An own analysis of the Reusch family by an IT expert had shown that the mobile phone had been logged in for the last time at 7:46 a.m. 8:15 a.m. Rebecca's friend wakes up and sees that she has received a photo of the 15-year-old via Snapchat, possibly her last sign of life. Rebecca can no longer get an answer. The Reusch family believes that this photo was taken and sent sometime between 7 o'clock and 7:46 that morning. It must have been created in the house, more precisely in the hallway, according to the mother. 8:36 a.m. Brigitte Reusch sends her daughter a WhatsApp message. "She got it," says Ms. Reusch. That means she must have passed a router somewhere that sent her this message. This can have been at the school, at the Gropius Passagen, or at her at the parish of Trinity Church. Or where she was still logged in. 9:40 a.m. Rebecca Reusch does not appear for lessons at the Walter Gropius Schule. 10:47 a.m. The raspberry-colored Renault Twingo of Jessica and her husband Florian is registered by the Brandenburg License Plate Recognition System (XI) on the A12 between Berlin and Frankfurt, Oder, in the direction of Poland. Afternoon. When Rebecca Reusch does not come home, the parents report their youngest daughter is missing. 19. February 2019. 10:39 p.m. The brother-in-law's Twingo is again registered by a camera on the A12 between Berlin and Frankfurt, Oder. The investigators are sure only the brother-in-law had access to the car at these times. Where exactly he went is unclear. His statements are contradictory and, according to the police, do not match the movement data of his car. On February 28, 2019, Rebecca Reusch's brother-in-law is arrested for the first time. Brother-in-law gets involved in contradictions. March 1, 2019, for the first time, the investigators write publicly that she assumes a homicide in the case of Rebecca Reusch, as there is still no sign of life. In the morning, forensic scientists search the house of Florian R. and his wife in Berlin-Britz. The 27-year-old is presented to an investigating judge. He cannot establish any urgent suspicion and orders the brother-in-law to be released again. March 4, 2019, the public prosecutor's office lodges a complaint against the release. The investigating judge issues an arrest warrant for the urgent suspicion of manslaughter against Florian R. in view of the joint investigations of the public prosecutor's office and the Berlin police. The 27-year-old is arrested again in the early evening and is taken into custody. March 6, 2019, photos of the brother-in-law and his Twingo will be published. In the evening, Michael Hoffman from the State Criminal Police Office Berlin appears in the ZDF program Akten Zeichen Sei and speaks of strange and clarifying trips by car. In his first interrogation, he had not given a comprehensible explanation of where he was at that time, explains prosecutor Martin Glitch. Hoffman is sure that Rebecca did not leave the house. At the time of the crime in question, the brother-in-law was alone in the house with her. A statement by Bernd Reusch in an interview caused a sensation in this context. About the unexplained trips shortly after Rebecca's disappearance, her father says, "The whole number is related to another thing, but I'm not allowed to say it. It has nothing to do with Rebecca at all. Florian, just talk. Clarify this so that the whole search goes in the other direction, and in the right direction. We have to find Becci." Bernd Reusch appeals to Florian R. On March 10, 2019, rumors come up that the son-in-law was on the road for drug deals. However, Chief Public Prosecutor Martin Glitch considers this theory to be implausible. Did Rebecca went out for a blind date? March 7, 2019. The search for clues in the raspberry red Renault Twingo of the brother-in-law is completed. The car is handed over to the owner. Forensic scientists allegedly found hair of Rebecca Reusch in the car, as well as fibers of a purple fleece blanket that belongs to the student and which has also disappeared. 07, March 9, 2019. After the ZDF broadcast, around 700 clues are received by the investigators. The police then search a forest area in Brandenburg between the towns of Kummersdorf and Wulzig with a helicopter, cadaver sniffer dogs and search dogs. The Renault Twingo is said to have been seen there on February 18. On March 10, the search will end. 12th March to 11th April, countless other search operations follow, also together with the Federal Agency for Technical Relief, THW, and a ground-penetrating radar device. With divers, cadaver sniffer dogs and sonar. In the area along the motorway between Berlin and the Polish border, on the Wulziger See in Brandenburg, on the Herzberger See in East Brandenburg, on the Stahnsdorfer See and in several wooded areas south of the A12. Nowhere is there even a trace of the missing Rebecca Reusch. On April 13, the search will be suspended for the time being. March 13, 2019, Florian R's lawyer files a detention complaint. In an interview, mother Zeit Reusch reports about an internet acquaintance of her daughter. There was actually someone. A Max or Maxie, she says. Rebecca told her that in January. She also said that he wanted to visit her soon. I told her that under no circumstances should she meet him alone. She promised me to take someone with her. Zeit Reusch suspects that she may have arranged to meet him on February 18, also because a pink fleece blanket disappeared together with her daughter. Maybe she met this boy and took the blanket with her to sit on it, she tells the Bunte. March 14, 2019, Sister Vivien confirms the internet flirt in an Instagram story. The police have known about it since day one, she says. March 15, 2019, Father Bernd Reusch tells in an interview that the Instagram profile of Max or Maximilian has been deleted since February 20. He still considers his son-in-law innocent and makes accusations against the investigators, which in his opinion are too one-sided. Later, prosecutor Martin Glitch clarifies that the tip was followed up with the internet flirtation, but that this trail had been shattered. March 16, 2019, again, the police are looking for Becci with 3 Mantrailer dogs. This time at junctions of the A12 between Friedersdorf and Frankfurt, Oder. For this purpose, the investigators also closed motorway exits. The dogs are supposed to sniff the trail of Rebecca's brother-in-law Florian R, explains the police. In this way, one tries to reconstruct where he went with his Renault Twingo. Near the Forstenwalde West exit, the dogs actually strike. A country road is then searched. At the Scharmützel, the search ends at nightfall. The Reusch family learns about the new search from the radio. Florian was born in Frankfurt, Oder, and has many relatives in the area, knows his way around well. March 18, 2019, the police are looking for clues with sniffer dogs on Lake Wulzig in Brandenburg, in vain. The search ends in the afternoon without result. March 21, 2019, Zeit Reusch follows on her own a trail that leads to Lelkendorf, a small village near Rostock. Interviewers are allowed to accompany the mother and sister Vivien, but a hint turns out to be a lie. March 22, 2019, Florian R. is released from pretrial detention because of doubts about the urgent suspicion of manslaughter. He is still considered suspicious by the investigators, but they lack the evidence. The public prosecutor's office is not considering filing a complaint against the release this time. Again and again search operations, and a young witness. March 25, 2019, Rebecca's sister Jessica comments for the first time on the allegations against Florian R. In an interview, she says, "My husband is innocent." If you want to know how the story ends, watch part 2. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe, like and hit the bell.